Hello and welcome to another episode of the Crimson Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Balian, joined today by Will Simpson. And our guest for today's episode is the captain of the field hockey team, Jess Fu. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you guys?
Good. Doing good.
Yeah, so Jess, just to get into this episode, how'd you get your start in field hockey? What was your background as a kid and into high school?
So I actually started playing field hockey as a freshman at Bernard's. In 8th grade, all my Bedminster friends played on our middle school field hockey team, and I didn't play, but I went to watch a bunch of their games. And when coming into high school, I knew that I wanted to play a sport, and since all my friends already played field hockey, I decided to play field hockey. So yeah, just coming as a freshman, I was playing with all of them, and that's basically just how I started.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of friends from that core group from Bedminster on the field hockey team. How does that contribute to the team's success, having those relationships and that dynamic on the team?
I think we all just kind of know where we stand. We all have really effective communication with one another because we've known each other for so long. All of my friends on the team are my friends from middle school and elementary school from Bedminster. So we all kind of understand each other in a sense, and we know that if there's a problem that we have with one another, we know how to communicate that effectively, whether it's on or off the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you're the captain of this year's team. So how would you define captain, and then what are some of the qualities that you think you possess that make you a good captain and leader?
Well, obviously, you have to have skill to be a captain, but personally, I don't think that's my main quality that I have as a captain, because obviously we have some really, good, other people that are just as good as me, even better. But I think what, kind of made me stand out to the coaches as being most suitable for a captain is because of just my leadership. I'm not afraid to send a text in a group me. I'm not afraid to yell. I'm not afraid to call someone out just when they should be paying attention or all that. And obviously I'm not doing it in a mean way. Obviously it's because for the well-being of the team, but I just think I am not afraid to kind of take on that role that others might be scared of doing. I'm a very outgoing person as well, so I've kind of developed relationships with not only the sophomores and juniors, but also the freshmen on the team, who I know a lot of them are really nervous coming in playing field hockey for the first time, like I did. So yeah, and I think just being captain, it's not only about skill, but it's kind of also how effective your communication is with the other players.
And obviously you've kind of moved up through all the ranks, starting your freshman year, now you're a captain. Mm-hmm. Through all those years where you've progressed through the system, what has been some of your best memories that you've made that you think you'll cherish probably for the rest of your life on the team?
Probably my most prominent memory is actually freshman year. We were at an away game, and one of my friends, she was driving in the circle, and I was behind her, I was behind her, and she actually hit her stick into my mouth, and I chipped my tooth. So that's probably the most prominent memory I'll have. I had to get a crown on top of it, so very expensive, but I mean, it was kind of worth it because now I'm at the point where I am right now. But I think besides that, I think just getting to know all the other girls. We do a yearly bagel breakfast during preseason, and that's always super fun. This year, Emerson Schroeder had it at her house, and we played Calabria. It was really fun. And we also do pasta parties, and this year we're even planning on having a team sleepover. So we're kind of just I just love getting to know all the other girls. And obviously I have a bunch of my friends on the team, but I love getting to know the underclassmen and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you kind of alluded to it already, but is there a specific part of playing field hockey, maybe at Bernard's, maybe just in general, that you're going to miss the most, whether it's on the field, whether it's off the field, just something that you're going to miss when it's over?
I think definitely just going to practice, because I think for me, freshman year and just going to practice every single day, and then sophomore year going to practice, all that, it feels kind of lonely once you don't have field hockey anymore. I know in the winter I definitely I come home from school and I'm just sad because I have nobody to talk to, but at field hockey, I have all my friends and like I'm doing something active, which is definitely like helping me get my like endurance up and all that. But just like I also have that social aspect. So I think that's definitely what I'm gonna miss, like having all my friends and everything, but then also like having something to do after school.
And with having like all your friends, all these seniors on the team, how does that kind of contribute to like your mentality in the locker room prior to games? Does that like build leadership on the team? What does that do for the team to have all those seniors?
I think even though I'm the only captain, I think we all have kind of taken on a role where we are all leaders. Like for example, like when we're switching, like when we're warming up and we're switching from like shuttles to like doing like 3v2s, like I'm not the only one who calls that out. Like other people know when it's time to switch as well. And it just kind of helps because being the only captain, I obviously have a great like weight on my shoulders, but everyone else just kind of like tries their best to contribute, and we pitch in a bunch of different ideas for things that we need to do. And especially like when we're giving pep talks, like we all kind of contribute to that aspect and like kind of like help like cheer up the team in like times of need, which is really great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so far this season, you guys are hovering right around 500. You've been successful for the past few years as well. For the future, or the rest of the season, I should say, what's kind of one thing you guys want to make sure you do? Because right now you are hovering around 500, but to make that playoff push, what's one thing you guys are trying to aim to accomplish?
I think definitely being more aggressive and coming out stronger than we have been. Obviously, we make a lot of really good plays. We have a lot of really good cuts. We have good passes. But we just need to get kind of like our morale and our aggression up, because usually like we'll have the skill, but we don't kind of need that push, you know, to get a goal, to like go down the field. And I think that's definitely like something that we need more of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about this camaraderie and this continuity that you've gained with these girls that you've been playing with since your freshman year. What, for you guys, is the most important part of playing as a team rather than just a group of individuals out on the field hockey field?
I think playing as a team is very important in field hockey just because you always need someone to pass to. There are times where you are running down the sideline on the field and you're the only one. You're being like double teamed by like two of the opposing players, but you need to have that team aspect because you need a teammate to pass to. Your teammate needs to call out like when they're open, and for example like free hits and all that, like you need someone to be open, and like you need like an open space for that. And I think like playing as a team definitely helps because you all kind of have the same like energy and you all want to get a goal, you all want to win. So that's definitely most important about like playing as a team rather than like individually.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we start to get towards the end of this episode, what are your ultimate goals both for yourself this season and as a team?
For myself, definitely just make the most of it, because it being my last year, I want to get to a point where like this like team is known, but like I don't want field hockey to be like the only thing kind of defining this team, like our like plays on the field. I want like our energy and kind of like who we are as people to also define us. As a team, it'd be really great to be division champs maybe, or just kind of like have like more wins than losses. Like I know in the past couple of years we've lost a bunch of really great seniors and players, and I think having more wins than we have in the past would be nice.
And then one more question for you. What are your words of advice to the younger generation, the middle schoolers that are looking to get into field hockey and play at the varsity level like you have?
I'd say keep trying, because as a freshman, I definitely did not think that I was going to get to this point, but I have, and I think that kind of shows how when like you're entering as a freshman, like you don't really think you have the skill compared to these amazing like varsity level players who like start every game and everything's so intense. But when you keep practicing, you keep trying to grow as a player mentally and just physically with your strength and your endurance, you'll eventually get to the point that I am. And I think that's really important.
All right, that's
Awesome.
going to do it for this episode. Huge thank you to Jess for taking the time out of her day to come talk to us and give us some insight to the field hockey team. But for Will Simpson, I'm Ben Balian. We'll talk to you soon on the Crimson Podcast.